For anyone having trouble graphing this first day, here we go. I'm going to walk you through the two problems that you had for homework yesterday. Okay, so number one, we have y equals x squared minus 8x plus 18. Just like with the quadratic formula, I'm going to begin by identifying my a, my b, and my c values. Okay, so I'm going to say a equals 1, b equals -8, and c equals 18. Okay, a is the coefficient in front of the x squared, b is the coefficient in front of the x, c is the constant. There are never variables in for your a, b, and c. Okay, next thing we're going to do is find the x coordinate of the vertex. So that little formula, x equals -b over 2 times a. I'm just going to slide the camera a little bit over so I can focus on this formula. Okay, so I'm going to make a little shell just like I did with the quadratic formula, where I write the formula, I take out the a and the b, and I replace it with parentheses. So in for the b, I'm going to put -8. Okay, because that's my b value. In for the a, I'm going to put +1. So that's +8 over +2. +8 over +2 is +4. So that means the x coordinate of my vertex is +4. If I look at my graph, 1, 2, 3, 4, here's x equals 4. This also means that the vertex must lie on this vertical line. This is the value, the x value, that's going to split the graph in half. Now, to find the y-coordinate, to find the y-coordinate of the vertex, where that vertex is going to lie on this dashed line, I'm going to plug 4 into my original equation. Y equals 4 squared minus 8 times 4 plus 18. Once again, if you're using a scientific calculator or a graphing calculator, if you downloaded one onto your phone, like I kind of hinted we should do, this isn't going to be bad. Okay, you just type this in just like this, exactly where the parentheses are. Okay, if not, you have to follow the order of operations. 4 squared is 16. -8 times +4 is -32. Okay, plus 18. So we have 16 minus 32 plus 18. Okay, if we combine those numbers, we will get y equals +2. Much easier to use the calculator for that, though. Okay, so that allows me to find my vertex. So my vertex is going to be +4, +2. 4, 2. So I come over to my dashed line. I plot the point 2 up. Okay, up 2 on that because it's the y coordinate is 2. Okay, now we see our a value is positive. That means our graph is going to go up. It's going to open up. So what I'm going to do is we always write our first 2 odd numbers down. Always our first 2 odd numbers. So let me scan down to where I'm doing that. My first 2 odd numbers. Okay, and then we're going to write our a value right next to it. Well, we said the a value in this problem was +1, so I'm going to write a 1 and a 1. Then my vertical change, and I'm just going to use a triangle to represent change. I'm just writing that because I'm not writing out the word change every time. I'm going to multiply these numbers together. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. These are positive numbers, so the vertical change means we are moving up. The graph, as I said, is going to open up. Now, the horizontal change is always 1 to the right. So this means the first vertical change is 1. So I'm going to come over to my vertex and I'm going to go up 1. As I said, the horizontal change is always 1 to the right. So there we go. Now I'm going to take my second vertical change, which is 3. I'm not going to go to my vertex. I'm going to start at this point that I just plotted, and I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go to the right 1. Now what I can do is I can reflect these points over. 1, 2, 1, 2. Go to this one. This is 1 over to the right. I want to make a dot 1 over to the left. And you're going to try to draw a smooth curve through the 5 points. Okay, last thing we're going to do, and I'm sorry about the shaky camera, it's tough to do this. Last thing I'm going to do is state the domain and the range. The domain is always all real numbers. There is that symbol. It looks like a capital R with two vertical bars. That means all real numbers. You can use this symbol instead of writing it out. The range, since the graph opens up, it's going to be greater than or equal to. This is the smallest y value possible. All the other y values on this curve are greater than or equal to this value. So what's the y value here? Well, that's right here too, the y value of the vertex. Okay, so like I said, sorry for the shaky camera, but I hope this helps you, walking you through step by step with number 1. I'm going to do the same thing with number 3 in a second.